Hi, Danny. So specifically, I got this lathe right here. The one problem that a lot of these lathes have is that the chuck is right up against the bed. And if you're just doing like little brass things for a model ship, I'm sure that's not a big deal. But to even use the steps on the jaw, the jaw teeth poke out. So the one I got is raised. The little red lathes are kind of garbagey. They work for wood and resin and brass and stuff, but it takes a little finagling to make them work. These metal ones are an improved design. First of all, it comes in an instruction booklet. The other ones did not. With a parts list from whatever company this is. I think it's ZR. Technically, it's Zhengrui education. So these are education lathes. But everything's anodized on this. It's painted. The T slot has usually little bricks inside with screws, and those expand and hold two things together like this and this, which I find pretty clever. It spreads them, makes them really tight. So it's essentially like a double dovetail that you screw and it expands and holds the two pieces together. They usually come with a plate to screw it to. This is just injection molded. I have one that's made out of expanded PVC downstairs, like fake wood, that I made Delrin dovetails to go on. I don't think it'll fit this though, because these machines are not dovetails. But I wanted to actually show you. This is the power supply. The old ones have a little dial on here for different speeds. This is a single speed, and I'm going to keep it because it came with a friggin' toggle switch already soldered in. So this is soldered to the motor, and I don't want to mess with that. So one speed is fine. They even gave me little pieces of wood with a hole in it and a little piece of aluminum that's been lathed that you can stick in and carve, which is adorable. Again, this is like your little toolbox with a list of parts on it, a little wrench, and some extra T-nuts. They're really like hexagon nuts, because these aren't dovetails, remember. These are your little rods to work with the chuck. I'll do that in a minute. They give you one cutting bit that is actually cut properly. Like, you know how you have to go towards one corner? This is actually carved up to a single corner, which is brilliant. The cops are going by. I don't know why. And then a little center finder, and this one's actually cast metal. They give you Allen wrenches, long ones with the balls at the end, and a T-handled Allen wrench, specifically for the connections. And then you get a nice black one for the tool rest, the tool mount. I will show you in a minute, but it comes in a nice tray. I'm stumped. I've been using, I put some really cheap screwdriver bits in wire nuts that I got from an antique store, because there's supporting plates that are Phillips screws. And this is just easier to do, instead of having a whole screwdriver to deal with that. The next video will be the lathe itself. Okay, so the first thing I had to do was screw in little handles that have machined screws. Those are slots. They screw into the basic mount here, which has some calibrations on it. But they screw in so it's loose, so you can do this. And there is a set screw and a machined slot, thankfully with grease. This whole thing is greased. I love it. Not that one. It's this one. Use a little ball end, and that tightens and loosens the set screw that sits in that channel. So you can do this. Isn't that nice? It actually does extend and come back. And this is a pretty robust live center. Do this. Look at this. It's heavy. It's raised on blocks. Let's see. There's these plates connecting everything. The channels are hexagons, sort of, not dovetails. Much nicer. These ends are metal with nice screws running into these metal things, not plastic. Right, it's got one of these that goes in. It's a little tight, but that's fine. Which way? It does have a little brace inside the dovetail, like a little plate thing that keeps everything tight. With some screws, so that goes over the bed. Tighten this here. So that's your profile. This is steel or aluminum. You can't tell, but it's pretty strong. And it's the black one, right? There's two sizes for two different types of tools. These screw down, two for each. They're just Allen ones. And this has a hexagon dovetail thing to put you on this plate, which you can move around, obviously. Put it here, here, wherever. It's raised up on these blocks. I have the back plate loosened, so I can do this, and then that's what this is for. Tighten this. I can't see it from the back. Where is it? Oh, I could just look at the camera, Tom. That would make a lot of sense. I gotta look at it this way. Oh, there we go. Yep. Tighten that, and then you would technically tighten these on the supporting plate. It's not going anywhere. And now over to here, I do have a 4-jaw chuck that is from the same kind of factory area. However, this is one of those cheap cast chucks. It's like a 2-inch. It's a 2-inch chuck. This is cast. It's not very nice. But the education company, Zhengrui Education, they machined brand new chuck jaws. These are, I'm not kidding, like fresh CNC'd aluminum. And they have numbers on what goes in first, because it's a 3-jaw spiral. Depending on if you do this on the inside or this on the inside, it's numbered differently. It literally has 3 and 1 and then 1 and 3 to tell you whatever you're gonna put in the center is the numbers you pay attention to when you put it in the spiral. I switched them out, they were the other way. But I'm gonna use stuff that's a little bit bigger than the hole, so I thought this would be more prudent. And it's raised, so the jaws won't get in the way and hit the thing. If the jaws poke out this far, no biggie. The motor's in a metal housing too. And I thought this might be prudent. This is anodized aluminum too. And the gears that are on the belt system, there we go. Look, there's the little hexagon T-nut. There's a flange on this side and a flange on this side, so that thankfully they're aligned. The belts don't move, but they're not going to come off either, which is really big. This is either brass or it's also anodized. But the cable goes in here. There's a nice slot so it won't get bent or anything. The belt has codes on it. Zhengrui, do not crimp. This is steel. It's not like a cast piece, which is great. These are metal gears as well. There's the belt. This drives that. And yeah, this is like, there's logos and codes. It's CE compliant. Yeah, and there's grease on everything. This is at least 4 or 5 pounds, if not more. And then of course, another loose little metal thing here will move this. I don't know if you can see it. This is why you have to screw it down to something, but it will move this nice and cleanly, which is great. This is great. They even give you a little machined pointy thing to align the thing. It's a little off by like maybe 0.2 of a millimeter or something. I don't know, but it's crazy. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So this is, hear that? It's solids. This is going to be pretty nice. The fact that these are newly machined jaws, I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm going to keep it. Put this in. Lock it down. There we have it. And it does actually, like, it is in line with the center of it. This tall, I have a shorter version of this that wasn't going to work. But yeah, this is steel and aluminum. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I can give you a product number eventually, but yeah, this is so much nicer. This is what I wanted the red one to be. Red one will work fine if somebody wants to buy it, but like this is safer. This is much safer and much well made. Yeah, I might even take the extra T-nuts that are here. I might make some of my own, or make a rod that will go along here, and then put that on a base or something. I don't know. Yeah, so it's a great little, this is so nice. Like, the fact that it's for educational purposes means it's like nicer than you would imagine. Yeah, but like not like it's not professional, but we don't need professionals. That is fantastic. Okay, put this on. It's tough to get these little T-nuts in here. Boy, this is a tight tolerance. Keeps rotating every time. I'm gonna put this in myself. There. There. Just move this. There we go. That was the process. Yeah. A lot heavier than I thought it would be. I'm very happy with that. And then, oh, I forgot to show you one last thing. How you change the chuck out is like, you know, fine. Like usually you'd use like an Allen wrench or something, but with this, it's so small that you can't get things out of this tray. They give you two little like stainless rods or whatever, and you do literally kind of do that, which is okay. That's fine. That's fine. Especially with these tightly machined jaws. Especially with those, I'm very impressed. Right. And might as well, while I'm doing this video, this is that Australian ambulance show. The Australian ambulance show.
No, it's not.
No?
It's a detective show. Those are both.
Oh.
It's a detective mystery thing. The other ones is the Royal Flying Doctor Service.
Ah.
That's the other one that's...
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Only one speed.
But that's all right.
Which is fine. I mean, because usually it's feeds and speeds, but like... takes a while to... It's interesting. The motor's different than the other one. Because the other one, the motor cuts immediately and it just stops. But this one... it takes a while to like stop. Mm-hmm. Which I think might be that this has more torque. Yeah. And it can handle cutting and stuff. Yeah.
So where do you...
What?
The little thing sticking up. That's where you place your cutting tool.
What, this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there a bar that goes on there?
On where?
On the cutting there.
Here?
See, I see other lathes and they have a bar and then they lean it on the bar and lean it into.
That would be a wood lathe.
Oh, okay. That's
so on a wood lathe you get a chisel.
Yeah.
And by hand you do it, but you need something to brace against it for the spin.
Yeah.
On a metal lathe it's so much tougher to cut.
Yeah.
You literally have to block a piece of carbide steel into a fitting.
Oh, okay.
And then this is braced to this, braced to this, braced to that. That all gets run up against the metal.
Yeah.
And they have to cut them specifically so that you only go to, it all levels out to one corner of the block.
Okay.
Or the other side. Usually one corner, or at least a cutting edge.
Yeah, yeah, I see it right there.
Right? That's like the most simple kind. And this is like, what, 1/4 inch or something like that.
Yeah.
And yes, and that feeds in.
It goes to there, and then you would just push it up and carve.
Yeah. So yeah, all those lathe tools I got, I can fit a lot of them in both of these. Mm-hmm. Which is cool. And then this has a screw all the way down to a T-nut that's in this bed.
No, I know what I've seen that before.
I can move it over here if I want, or over here.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That is cool. And if I really want to, oh, that's tight. That's good. That's tight. It's because say it's not left-hand thread, is it? No. Wow.
Yeah, don't force it.
I won't force it. Yeah, I'll figure out how to move this. That center screw is very tight. But anyways, the center screw is what holds it to this. Mm-hmm. And there's 4, it looks like there's 4 screws that brace against
Yeah, that kind
a
of
little plate spring
bed thing.
inside the dovetail. Wow. Yeah. And then if it's locked down, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. And this goes in. Oh, yeah, I have a drill chuck. It's kind of big though, so I don't know. I might be able to find a smaller one
Well,
for the tailstock.
yeah. So you're putting the aluminum rod in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty far apart. Oh, you just moved the whole section over.
It's just this whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, to the.
And if I want to drill into it, I have to put it in here.
Yeah.
Maybe hold it here, maybe not. And then I bring it up close, and then when it's right here,
That's when you can turn
you
that
sink the drill into it. Yeah.
while it's on.
Yeah. Some problem solving
Well, no,
with how to
that's-
set it up and stuff,
yeah.
but it's great. It's wonderful. This is hilarious. So yeah, you would
Yeah.
let's see, I'll set one up. I need both rods. It's hard to get them out of here. Here we go. So let's see. Let's loosen this. Take the center here. And how big is this? Oh, it's that's clever. It's the size of the main thing, the main hole.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's a little hole back there.
Oh, look at that. It pulls itself straight.
Yeah. It's there. Let's see.
No, I know. I get how it works.
I wanted to kind of set it up a little
See
bit.
how it spins?
Yeah. Just to see how it spins. Okay. Huh. All right. That. And the two screws at the back. Look at that. Wow. And it's pretty. There's a little bit of vibration, but
Not much.
not much.
Yeah, I can see the vibration from here. Although cloudy looking.